I don't think anybody is ever okay with anybody talking about their kids. There's like a jealousy factor. Like it's kind of like a handsome guy talking to your girlfriend. Like you're never cool with it. You accept it, you have to deal with it, but you're always like, oh hey, what's going on over here? Talking to my, like you'll never accept it because like if there was a guy who I chatted, my little niece, and was like, hey, let's talk, and was talking. It wasn't talking anything sexual. They were just talking. Maybe he had a daughter and he lost his daughter, and it's Aquila and the Bee, and she's trying to reconnect the love, and like the first thing as an adult, you're kind of like, do you have a wife? Do you have kids? You're trying to ask. What you're trying to do is put up a wall to say, find some other fucking kid to talk to that isn't mine. You're a nice guy, fine, but don't fucking talk to my kids. Like, that's the first thing you're trying to do. You're trying to build up a wall for the kid. I wouldn't say, it could be a thing of protection, but it's also a thing of, like, find some other kid to talk to. Or, adopt a kid. Get your own kid. It's kind of like, get your own kid. It's kind of like you're sitting at a table eating and some other person comes in and sits at your table and talks to your kid or stuff. It's like, get the fuck out of my table. You can't talk to my kid. And you have to have a reason. You have to have a lie to come in. Oh, I'm the teacher. Or I'm the, that for someone to kind of come in with balls and just say, I want to talk to your kid. It's nothing sexual. It's nothing. I just like talking to kids. People have to rationalize that in a way to say, you can't talk to kids unless you're Barney or you're Elmo or you got money. You have to have a why. And it can't just be because I just want to talk to your kid. Because that makes your kid really feel like special. Like, wow, cool, this guy wants to talk to me. My own parent or my own people in my life that want to talk to me. They really, the first thing it just does to you is like, you just kind of go, well, I'll talk to him. I'm going to talk to my kid. Don't worry, that it kind of, you just want to get rid of that person immediately. You want that person to go away, and you want that person, like, unless there's some kind of financial gain in it for you, unless there's some kind of, oh, we talked and we got a trip to the Bahamas and he's in this, like, you unless there's some kind of full Houseian thing, you do not want this person to be connected to your child. And that's just period. That's an instinct in every person. So beyond raping and death and all that other stuff, there's that. So it's like, people just don't want other people to talk to their kids, even though they never really talk to their kids themselves, or, So I think a lot of that is why people hate the Michael Jacksons and you're on the one end, you look at it and go, if Michael Jackson wasn't rich, and even if he didn't, would he believe, let's say he doesn't do anything to kids, I doubt less parents would want people around Michael Jackson. Yes, he's fucked up. Yes, he's whatever, all that stuff, fine. But I think a lot of the reason that a lot of the parents who do take their kids to Michael Jackson, Neverland, is because it's like going to Disney World. He's rich. If you could possibly catch him doing something, he grabbed my child in a way. I got a photo. I got $500,000 for selling that photo. Like, a part of you, it's kind of a very, like, there's only a benefit. There's no, as long as he doesn't rape or kill your child, if you could keep an alertness and keep a kind of bubble shield over the kid, you can exploit Michael Jackson enough to get something out of him, a relationship. Oh, they're going to Tahiti next week. Oh, as an adult, I think a lot of those adults don't really like Michael, or wouldn't like him if he was rich. They just like the fact that he has power and access, and that that's what the kid's going to get, and you're going to get that too. So in a way, though parents are kind of, I wouldn't say a bad example, but it's very fucked up, because you kind of look at it and go, yes, pedophile is bad, duh, and don't rape kids, fuck you, don't do that. But I examine it, and I think a lot of it is just that people, I guess you could say it's Arrested Development, which was a great show, Arrested Development. But I think it is kind of a state of Arrested Development that people, especially in this day and age, that the guy that I saw in Chris Hansen, that I just looked at and saw, I go, it's kind of like, some guys are just like, I equate it to like you're a baseball player. You love playing baseball. You're great at baseball. You grew up your whole life, and it was easy. You could walk up to people and just play baseball. It wasn't anything big. You could just grab a bat and want to play, and you'd play. You sucked or you got better at it, but you played. Then one day, it was like, well, if you want to play baseball, you got to play baseball not for fun. You got to play baseball. You got to get money because you want to get in the major leagues, or you got to join the team, or you can't just have a reason to play baseball with 12 people. You got to have a why. Why are you playing baseball? Not for fun. Because you can play baseball on the internet, or you can play it on the Xbox. You don't need to. Why are we driving out to the park now and just playing baseball? Before it was our parents just dumped us, and it was the best way to connect. Now it's you got to win. You can't just play baseball. You got to be great at baseball. You got to be. That it just becomes this thing where it's you get any girlfriends if you play baseball. It changes you to go. What happened? I just used to be able to play baseball. Now it's all this. That in a way that's kind of like with girls. At first, these pedophiles, I don't. For the ones that I'm not speaking for the ones that are, sexually attracted to kids. I don't know about that. I don't know that. But I'm just thinking, I think a majority of these guys are just they're not getting pussy from women, real women. And I look at that and go, well, yeah, you could say it's because the way they look, the way they dress, the way, maybe they're shy, maybe they have, but I think a lot of it is just they don't have the experience with women because they shut themselves down, or they weren't able to put themselves out there, or ultimately it was they were playing baseball all alone now, and they were like, hey, you want to play baseball? And it's and instead of just it became this thing where you could say baseball's sex, but it's not sex. It's just hanging with women or being around women became something that was women only wanted it the same way that parents will want someone to hang around with their kids. There has to be some kind of what's in it for me. Why am I hanging out with this guy? Oh, he's got a car. He's got you find some use. How do I use this guy? How do I use him? How do I use him? How do I use him? And these guys who are pedophile, they don't have any use. Why would any girl need to use one of these guys? And the question is that they don't. So the kids represent is kind of they were denied access into the Major League Baseball, and they were so you can fucking bat. I got 100 batters from 100 countries, and they're all better than you, and they're awesome, and they're fucking. I got them. I don't need you to bat. Get the fuck out of here. That they're all of a sudden you put them on a field with this little kids, and it's can I play baseball with you guys? Yeah, holy shit, you can play fucking baseball? Wow. And they make them feel so much cooler. They get that gratification because kids can do that. Oh wow, he plays baseball, and yeah, they're to other eyes, the first thing is going to be dude, you're a loser, you're playing with kids, get the fuck off the field, get a life, but when there's nothing there, it was just the kids and the guy, they get that feeling of that childness again of wow, I'm getting the experience. I want to play in the major leagues. I want to play with other people, but I don't feel that way. It's not as easy as it comes here, with just these kids that just play with the kids. And it's wow, and it's that freeness, and I think that's a lot. That a lot of that has to do with women now, because I guess you could say, well, women, it's attractiveness or whatever the hell, but these guys women are indifferent to them. They don't consider them at all. That these people, they don't have a team, and then they're kind of they sit on the bench, and they want to play. And I know that that's fucked up, that they have to decide to take these kids and start taking something and going, let's play as in sex, or let's blowjobs, or all this other shit that, a part of me hates that, because one, it's wrong as fuck, and two, because it's just, you know that, they could, there are strippers, and there are other people that they can do that with. But a lot of it is that these older strippers or other people, they're very, I guess you could say, they're very unresponsive. They don't give them the feeling that, I said, when they step out on the mound and they have the pitch. You know, they're about to play baseball, and the kids are just so happy. And you know, and I remember a movie